Never say I know. You always think you've grown up, yet life reminds you every day that you still know nothing. My story is one of these constant reminders. It all began as I approached my 20s, a time when I thought the gates to adulthood had finally opened. I fell in love. A girl I saw daily at my workplace suddenly became the center of my universe. We embarked on a journey that immediately faced fierce opposition from our families, so intense that I willingly distanced myself from much of my extended family to stand by our love. But we were lost in our own world, enjoying long walks, soaking in autumn rains, and believing that these moments were all we needed from life. To prove my independence and build a future, I started a company. It skyrocketed rapidly, and soon I had multiple branches. My finances flourished, and at the height of this success, we discovered we had a little one on the way. Everything seemed perfect, but happiness was fleeting. Just as suddenly as I had risen, my downfall began. My company's rapid growth reversed, and just before the birth of my daughter, I was forced to shut down the very business I'd built with dreams and aspirations. We downsized our home and found ourselves facing an uncertain future, jobless with a child on the way. I didn't want to return to my previous restaurant job. I sought something with a brighter future. At that time, the cabinetry and interior design market was just emerging in Iran. I made a choice. I'd start from zero. I became an apprentice cabinet installer to master the trade. These were tough times. My daughter Helena was born in the harshness of winter. To make ends meet, I worked as a motorcycle courier. Nights when I returned home in the snow, my feet numb and frozen, a warm hope kept burning within me. Alongside my job, I attended creativity and idea development classes at the University of Tehran to keep my mind sharp. It took 6 months to fully master cabinet installation. Gradually, I began taking independent projects, simultaneously learning cabinet construction. Soon, I partnered with my mentor, and we expanded our business. Around the same time, I started a blog to document my ideas and inventions, passionately immersing myself in industrial saws and heavy machinery. The next 13 years of my life were spent on this path. From a simple cabinet maker, I evolved into a comprehensive contractor handling complex building projects and renovations. Was it easy? Absolutely not. Were there other paths? Many. But this was my choice, and I stood by it. Yet humans are forgetful creatures. Tasting success can tempt us into shortcuts over patience. Unfortunately, I was no exception. At the peak of success, I ventured into an unfamiliar business. I lost all the hard-earned savings in gemstone trading. Another downfall. This time I had to temporarily relocate to Turkey. Things weren't too bad there, but my second child had just been born, and Helena was old enough to feel her father's absence. For their sake, I returned. Our relationship teetered on the brink of divorce, but for the children, and with family intervention, we chose to continue. We rented a house, and I once again restarted from scratch in interior decoration. The market once again smiled upon us. We set up a workshop and store, expanding our operations. But life seemed intent on testing me endlessly. A business trip to Iraq, selling several containers of tomato paste, ended bitterly. Even after many years, I've yet to receive payment. Amid these ups and downs, I made a final decision. To save what was left of my business, I moved to Dubai. You wouldn't believe how hard it was, but I persisted. The first chapter of my married life ended amid these struggles. Here, I began a new chapter with a new love, a place where I feel greater peace and fulfillment. But no one knows what the future holds. Work is abundant. Life's complexities are endless, and the effort continues ceaselessly. I'm still that 20-year-old apprentice, daily reminded how little I truly know. Perhaps that's precisely what growing up means.